Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today I have yet another try a new makeup video for y'all, and I'm really excited about it. I have a couple new things, or at least new to me, I should clarify. And these are what they are. I have an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter cheek kind of palette, I have a primer, and two lipsticks that I really wanted to try. But yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I don't have much time, so we might as well just get going. We're gonna start by clipping back our hair. But how are you guys? How's life? I feel like life has been pretty up or down for me. But that's okay, we're living, we're learning, we're rocking. I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my CeraVe moisturizing cream. This isn't new. I'm just using it to start with a base. I don't know really what got into me, but I was like, it's my day off. I really want to try filming a YouTube video or two if I can. I'm actually kind of intrigued to see how this is gonna go. I have two call things later tonight. One is like a meeting type thing, and then another right after that is a FaceTime call with my friend from Australia. Try to call each other about once every month or every other month or so. She is the most sweet thing ever. I always look forward to her calls. It's so nice to be able to catch up, and it's nice to know that, you know, I used my study abroad experience to really invest my time there to meet people and make friends there. Yeah, that's just the lotion. So while we let that soak in, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some chapstick. Got my trusty Aquaphor. I think this one's just about out. Seriously the best. It's just something you can use literally anywhere, not just your lips, you know? I just think it genuinely makes a difference. All right, while these things are soaking in, I'm gonna go ahead and wet my sponge real quick. I'll be right back. All right, now that my sponge is wet, my face is pretty soaked in, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the very first new product that I'm trying. It's called the Tarte Hydrating Primer. It claims to be a primer, but I think it also claims to be a lotion. When my best friend from New Jersey was visiting me a couple weeks ago, we went to Ulta. Ooh, it just kind of squirts out like that. We went to Ulta, and the girl there who was like working like next to the front door, they were having like a sale or something like right at the front door, which, you know, got our attention immediately. And I forget what the sale was for actually, but it was like something like buy so many products and get so many half off or something. And I, you know, I told Alexandra, my best friend, that like I had intentions to buy some new products anyhow, so I don't think we were hard people to sell to, but let's just say she definitely sold quite a bit of product to us. So this was one of them. Never tried Tarte's primers before. I think I've only really tried Tarte's mascaras and lipsticks. I really haven't dove into much Tarte, but I'm kind of excited to see how this primer will work. Kind of smells like sunscreen, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if there's SPF in it. Yeah, I'm just kind of going for it. Kind of just putting it all over the face. Feels very nice. It does feel very hydrating. I'm intrigued to see if my makeup will stick better to it. I think since this is just like a smaller sample type size, they don't have the ingredients listed on this, so maybe I can try googling it and inserting an image or something, like if it says there's SPF in it or something. It does kind of give off that vibe. But that was really nice. That blended in super well. I'm loving the feeling of my skin. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into foundation. The foundation's nothing new. It's what I use all the time. It's just my Maybelline Fit Me Doing Smooth in shade 110 Porcelain. And like I've said in my other makeup videos, this does oxidize. Thankfully, I have gotten a little bit tanner, so hopefully it won't be such a big deal, but I just kind of put a dab of it on the back of my hand. A basic foundation brush and go to town. Anyway, what I was saying earlier in this video was that today's my day off, so I have like this whole checklist of things that I want to do. One of them being, if I had time, film a couple YouTube videos. But right before this, I was working on my financial loans and that kind of jazz, you know, the fun stuff. The fun part about being a college graduate is having to actually, you know, repay, you know, that jazz. But anyway, I was starting to work on it, so fingers crossed I don't get a call back during this video, but had the sweetest lady who was on the phone with me for over a half hour, almost 40 minutes honestly, trying to figure out like what the jazz was on my situation. So fingers crossed that all works out. I am still proud of myself for getting on top of it and finally doing it. However, I was hoping to get it done today because I don't normally have days off in the middle of the week, which makes it rather inconvenient to work on loan type stuff because their office hours are just during the week, and that's not very helpful. Okay, that is one layer down. It doesn't look that bad. It does look very luminous, and I think it is because of the primer. So it's nice to see that this primer is doing something. Compared to 2 makeup videos ago when I did, I think it was an e.l.f. primer, it felt like it did nothing. But this Tarte one, I'm actually really impressed with so far. We'll have to do a review at the end of the day to see if my makeup stayed for a long amount of time. But this is one layer down. I'm not really feeling a need to put a second layer down, which is very unlike me, I will say. But I'm kind of digging it. It's giving mainly coverage and then just a couple spots that need a little extra coverage, but we can cover that up with some concealer. So we're gonna stick with that for now. We're just gonna use our tried and true, the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I have 2 shades. I have 05 and 10. I think for my blemishes that I just want to cover up just a little bit more, we're gonna go in with 10, and then we'll try 05 underneath the eyes. Might do a little blending of the 2. We'll see. I don't know why. This side of my face just kind of broke out recently. This side is still chilling for the most part. Couldn't tell you why though. Oh dang, this is bright. I'll probably do a little bit of mixing. Maybe I did get a lot more color recently than I realized. Love that for me. Nose, some on the forehead, huge, of course some on the chin. I'm trying to think. I feel like I had so much more to tell you guys about today. Oh, I cleaned my room. I think I said that though earlier. So my room is looking much better, which is nice. I had a mental breakdown earlier today. I was like, you know what? We can fix this. We can make this better. And you know how? Jamming to some music while I clean my room and pretend that I'm in a montage of the early 2000s rom-com. And so that's what I did. I took a shower, came out, popped in my little, you know, earbuds, and then went to town on my bops playlist. I'll have that linked below for you guys. And it was a lot of fun just jamming out. Honestly, there's a ton of bops on there that I forget that I loved or loved once upon a time. And so I love listening to them again and remembering like, oh yeah, remember when you used to like jam out to that? 10 out of 10 recommend. If you have like a bunch of things you need to get done, like throw on one of your favorite playlists and just get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? Like the reason I was breaking down was because I was freaking out about everything that I wanted to get done today because it's my day off and I want to be productive on my day off. But freaking out about it wasn't going to help. So sometimes you just gotta like go for it, you know? And today, you know, we started off with baby steps. Not a new powder. I'm just gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in 110 porcelain. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go in with like baby steps and just see how it goes. Like it took a lot of convincing for me to take a shower and to put on, you know, clean clothes for the day. But after that, I already felt 10 times better about myself. Like you don't realize like just like simple things like that and how much it affects your like mood and mental health until you get it done and you're like, why didn't I do this sooner? I would have felt so much better. Like I woke up this morning and I felt so gross about myself because it was my day off and I had like a whole list of things that I was hoping to get done. Like I slept in and was just like dreading today and I was like, I don't want to get out of bed and I just want to make this portion of my day last as long as possible. And then after I took a shower, I was like, Sarah, why didn't you just get up and do that sooner? You would have felt so much better about yourself. Because then that just started the ripple effect for me, truly. Or domino effect. Either way. Because then I felt motivated to just really deep clean my room and I really needed it. And I just, I feel so free again. Like, it just feels really good. So that's the gist of how today's been going. The next thing we're going to try is this Becca palette. I don't know the name of it. My roommate gave it to me because she does not use it. So if I can, I will try to look it up on Google for y'all and maybe insert the title. But it looks like it comes with, see, it just has like the names of the shades on the back. So the shade names are, this one's Colossal Coral, this one is Vava Bloom, this one is Escapist, and this one is Gold Trotter. So to me, it looks like 2 blushes, or maybe this is a blush and a blush topper. This one looks like a highlight to me, and this one looks like a bronzer or contour type shade. And we're gonna try all of them. I'm super excited. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, my favorite highlighter in the world, which I don't think they make anymore. Again, I'll have to Google to confirm. But this is my favorite highlighter in the world. It is a Becca highlighter. It's Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. It's, oh my gosh, it has lasted me, gosh, 3 years now, maybe. And like I use other ones sometimes, but they just don't compare to this. Like I try not to be a snob about like higher end products, mainly because I don't own many, but also because like I've used drugstore products my whole entire life, and I know that high end products are like, that's a commitment, at least like for someone like me. Like I don't have like money to just drop on a product that A, I'm not going to use a lot, or B, potentially hate. So I try not to do that with any of my products, but highlighter wise, this one is truly my ride or die, and if they stopped making this, I'm going to be upset. But if I'm not mistaken, they did stop making it, so I'll have to confirm. All that to say is that I'm excited to try this palette because I love my Becca highlighter so much that when I got this, I was like, I cannot wait to play around with this. Also, can we talk about this gorgeous mirror? The weight in this product, Becca is obviously a higher end product, but like you can just also tell in the packaging, like the quality of everything, it's just like you feel very bougie using it for sure. Anyhow, let's try the bronzer type thing first, because I am intrigued to know if it's like a contour or if it's like a bronzer. So I'm just taking my e.l.f., I think it's like my angular brush. Oh, technically it's a blush brush. Well, I use it for bronzer and stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna dip it in and just go to town. Okay, it's not bad. It doesn't seem to have a ton of pigment, so we're gonna try to pick up just a little bit more. Okay, this is nice. On camera, I feel like it's coming up more warm than in person, but I don't hate it. It's not as warm as like that e.l.f. liquid one I tried in my last video, where that was like practically orange. It is on the warmer side though. The more I'm applying, the more I can see it. It's definitely a warmer shade. Different brush to just help blend it out a bit. All right, this is one side of my face bronze versus this side. Yeah, I can definitely see a difference. So that's actually kind of nice. I really dig it. It's more of like a summer shade, I would say. I don't think I could pull off something this warm toned in the winter. Honestly, I'm really not mad about it. I think it's pretty nice. All right, while I do this side of my face, I'll continue my story of today. There's not much more to tell except that after I finished cleaning, I had to take a solid hour break just to be on my phone and to just like, even though I was enjoying the cleaning process, like genuinely I was, like it was like a dance party up in here for sure, and I made it as fun as possible. I needed to recognize that you just checked off 2 things on your to-do list for today: take a shower and clean your room. And even though you made it in the most fun way possible for yourself, it's okay to recognize that you can still take a break after it. And I think that was like a hard moment for me today, was just like, okay, as fun as that was for you, and as proud as I am of you for doing that, we are now going to reward ourselves and lay on the bed for an hour, watch TikTok, play iPhone games, whatever you want to do, before you move on to the next thing, which was to work on loans. And I'm really glad that I did that, because I would have felt so much burnout and anxiety if I just went straight from cleaning my room to working on my loan stuff. So yeah, not an important update, but just something I wanted to share about today. I was glad I really did that. Like, first I was like, no, like just keep powering through, like you can get it done. And then I was like, Sarah, you know yourself. Okay, it took a lot of energy just to do those 2 things. So let's, you know, take the time now and treat ourselves by, you know, catching up on TikTok and just ignoring life for a while, you know? I really like how this is turning out. It's really nice and easy to blend, and it's not overpowering. Like you can build it up. I really like that for that factor alone. So the bronze shade already is doing pretty good, I would say. I feel like this is reminding me of that e.l.f. bronzer I used to use. Literally, it was my ride or die, oh my gosh. And it was like slightly shimmery. If I can find, I'll insert a photo here of it. I don't even think they make it anymore. I could be wrong. It was like the only bronzer I swore by. And I think mainly because it was shimmery and it made my skin look more hydrated. And I think that's what this palette is essentially doing so far. I've only used the bronzer shade, obviously. But I can already tell that I think I'm going to like it because, as I've said in every makeup video, I love looking like a glazed donut. So I want all the shimmer, truly. All right, I feel very confident about that, so we're gonna go ahead and move into blush. Oh, that's interesting. This one's also called their blush brush. Oh, okay. The one I used for the bronzer is called their angled blush brush. That's why I like to use it for bronzers, because it's angled. Now I'm going to use the e.l.f. blush brush. Big fan of e.l.f. brushes, in case you haven't been able to tell. I think I'm gonna first start going into this, and then depending on if it's too dark, maybe tap into this. I've never really used a blush topper, so I don't know if it'll be too much shimmer for me, but we'll just see. So we're just gonna do just the tiniest little taps, tap off, and we're gonna do a little smile and get the high apples of the cheeks. Okay, that's not too pigmented, it looks like. Not too bad. I'll do a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but this side has more dimension now that I have a little bit more pink versus this side is just like the brown. It's pretty nice. It's more shimmery than the blushes I use, I will say, so I feel like it's giving more of a metallic sheen, just a little bit, like not anything too intense. Just it feels more metallic than the blushes I normally use. And maybe that's the whole point of why there's a blush topper in here, is to really give that oomph. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty subtle. It's nothing extreme. I can dig with that. Go ahead and do the other side. Aw, I forgot how much I love doing makeup. I feel like I say that in every makeup video as well, but like genuinely, I really do enjoy doing it. I think it's so much fun. Like, I think as much as I love to tap into my outdoorsy side of me, like it is nice to do like these girly type things for myself, you know? Not to be like, oh, I'm such a tomboy, you know? Like, I'm not trying to claim that I am, but I do miss being able to do this on the regular. I mean, I am able to do it, but I guess, I don't know. I just feel like I don't have a reason to do it on the regular. Which is stupid, truly, because if you want to do it for yourself, then you should, you know? I really like that. I think it adds a nice little flush to the cheeks. Okay, using the same brush, I'm going to dip into what I'm assuming is a blush topper, and we're just going to do the highest part of the blush zone area. Oh yeah, that's more intense. Yeah, I would argue that's almost on the verge of being a pink highlighter, the way it's looking on my skin. It's probably really hard to tell on the camera. So I'm glad I just did that on the tippy top. So I'm gonna do the other side too. Aww, this feels like such a summery look already. This is really cute. Okay, and finally for this palette, we're going to dip into the highlighter shade. As always, I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush for that, which is really funny. I feel like I don't use any of these brushes for what they're labeled for, but this is the contour brush and it's my favorite highlighter brush because it's just so compact and small. We're gonna dip into the highlighter. And even though this is the most gold of the three, it still has a pink hue. So I think they are meant to just all go together is what I'm assuming, but yeah, this is definitely more gold. It's more like a rose gold. Really nice. Oh, that's really pretty. What is that shade again? Escapist. That's really pretty. It feels like a pinky version of Moonstone, right? Is that what that's called? Not me already forgetting. Yeah, it feels like a pinkier version of Moonstone. I am not shy to use a Becca highlighter. I love to build her up. So we're going to pack her on and we're going to go ahead and highlight the temples a little bit. And we'll probably re-highlight at the end when I spray because I forgot that I love to highlight at the end with the spray. This side has no highlight, this side has highlight. Do we see the difference? Yeah, we definitely see the difference. This is really pretty. This is such a nice, easy palette. It's all in one. I'm already really digging this, actually. I could see myself using this, especially for travel, so you don't have to pack 3 different products. They just all blend so nicely together, which I'm assuming is the whole point of this package. But normally I'm not a fan of like the blush, bronzer, highlighter. Like for me to like all of them in one product says a lot. Because I've bought like different drugstore ones where they'll have like the different ones together. And I might like 1 or 2 of like the trio. Or if I have nothing else with me, I'll use like all 3. But the fact that I genuinely have loved every single shade of this, I don't know, like I'm really digging this. I think it's also like it's a very summery vibe is what it feels like to me. Like this feels like a great summer palette. Normally I don't pull off this many pink shimmery looks on my face. I've just never been like a colored highlight person. I've always loved a more gold, especially like a white gold, not even a yellow gold, like a white to white gold type highlight. I love this. I'm going to highlight the rest of my face with this at the end when I spray my face down. But I love how that turned out. That is so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and actually give one good spray now. Does anyone else feel like they have to hold their breath when they spray? Oh my gosh, I love how my face is looking, y'all. My face doesn't normally look this good. From the primer to the palette, wow, we are off to a great start in this video. First impressions, I'm loving this primer. Like, I really feel like it made a difference in the overall sheen of my foundation and the coverage, because normally I go in with 2 to 3 layers of that foundation, but this one, it's not even like I'm having a good skin week, but like, I don't know. I am a fan. Loving the primer so far. And same with the palette. Like, I just feel like all the shades just worked for me, and maybe it's like my summer shade that's making them work, but like genuinely I just feel like they all blended super well and they all look super nice on my skin. I'm a fan, so we're gonna continue. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. I've also used this in the past makeup videos that I've posted. It's truly the only eyeshadow primer I like to use. I feel like I've used concealer in a pinch in the past, but genuinely, since there's just so much discoloration on my eyelids, I already like going in with my whole skincare routine. Like, I already will put on lotion and foundation and concealer and powder on my eyelids, that by the time I get to this step, I just feel like I need one extra layer, which is eyeshadow primer, you know? And I think it's because it's just tacky and it just is like now ready for eyeshadow, I guess is my reasoning behind it. But I know a lot of people feel like eyeshadow primers don't do anything, and I think that's why I don't mind at least buying the e.l.f. one, because it's what, $1 or $2, and so even if it genuinely doesn't do anything and it's just like my brain telling me it's doing something, at least it's not that much money is my reasoning to buying it. But also it's a product that I genuinely use almost every single time I do, well, every time I do a full beat for sure, but almost any single time I do my makeup, especially if I'm doing eyeshadow, so it's worth it to me is the gist of what I'm saying. Anyway, the third new product that I am trying is the Profusion Beauty Book Eye and Face. So essentially it's a palette with a bunch of eyeshadows, highlighter, blush, and bronzer. Unfortunately, since I used this palette to the max because I wanted to try every shade, I mean, I could probably just swatch it real quick on my hand for y'all. But basically it's this eyeshadow palette, and look at all these beautiful colors in it, y'all. Like, I'm so excited for it. It's very tropical, very summery type vibe. One of my best friends in the world, Brie, gave it to me for my birthday, and I'm so excited to get into it. As always, I like to start off with just a simple base, so we're gonna go in with this first shade. This one's called Pressed. Oh no, it doesn't have I don't even know why they, I mean, except to keep it safe, I don't know why they bother printing this out, because you'd think these all have names. It doesn't. All the eyeshadows say pressed pigment, pressed pigment, pressed pigment, and then it just says highlighter, blush, bronzer. So don't know why they'd bother having that. She's just a super silly gal, just in a silly, goofy mood. Going with my Real Techniques brush. Name is starting to wear away, so I can't even tell you what the name is. We're gonna go ahead with that shade and just pack her in. Oh yeah, immediately already like. It's got a lot of pigment, looks like, this first shade anyhow. That clung right on to the eyeshadow primer for me. We're also gonna go underneath the eye. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So we'll just do the other eye. All right, that's a really solid base. Now the hard part. To decide what direction of eye look that I want to go into today. I did not think this part through in the slightest of what eyeshadow look I wanted to go through today. I really just wanted to try these products. This is really an impulse video for me. I mean, like, I knew I wanted to do one soon because I had a bunch of new products piling up, and I figured might as well film a video of me wearing it for the first time, because again, I really have no reason to wear these things out anywhere. I mean, obviously the colors that are really popping out and like are drawing me in are like these teal looking ones. I just don't know if I want to commit to that on my eyes, but I am intrigued by them. Let's do a quick hand swatch, shall we? So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this one first. It's like a seafoam green kind of vibe. So go ahead and swatch that. Okay, let's do another layer on there. Give it another chance. That's pretty nice. Now we're gonna go ahead and swatch this guy right here. Okay, much more pigment on that one. And let's go ahead and swatch this shimmery teal one down here. Oh, that's nice. Doing a second layer on that one. Those are really nice. Don't know if I'm a teal kind of gal, but I don't want to do a basic gold one. And then we have like a burgundy shade. Let's swatch the burgundy one real quick because I'm intrigued by that. Also, just by feeling them, they feel super soft and super buttery. That's nice. That's a nice burgundy. Especially for like a fall look. Like, I know this palette's not giving fall, but like, could you imagine like a Thanksgiving look with like maybe that in the crease and maybe like one of these darker shimmers as like your lid? I would die. That would be so gorgeous. You know, maybe I'll make a separate video of me attempting a teal eyeshadow look and I'll use this palette. But I think we're gonna stick to the neutrals. Please don't hate me, but I'm intrigued to try the neutrals. I think we're gonna go ahead and start with this as a transition shade. But first, let me go clean my hands real quick. All right, so I feel like they came off fairly nicely, so that's good to know. But let's go ahead and dive in with a transition brush. It's just like a Amazon Basics one, and we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, dive into this for a transition shade. Okay, that's pretty nice. It's laying down pretty smoothly. Yeah, see how there's already dimension in this eye versus this eye? That's a pretty good start. Wow, we are killing it. Normally, makeup takes me 2 hours. We are rocking on 40 minutes, I think, or so. We're doing pretty good, actually. Go ahead and try this eye. Okay, I'm really happy with that so far. I'm actually really digging it. I don't know that I've tried Profusion. I guess I should have made that disclaimer beforehand, but I'm not sure that I've tried this brand before, so I'm actually pretty impressed so far, I will say. You know, I know we just cleaned our hands, but I don't feel confident going into a makeup look without swatching the potential shades we'll be using. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch this guy right here. Okay, it almost looks more like an eyeshadow topper kind of vibe. We're gonna go into a second layer. Doesn't feel as pigmented as the rest, like even just like how it's coming up off the palette. All right, we're gonna go ahead and swatch this shimmer right now. Oh yeah, that one's much more buttery. Oh yeah, you can see that on camera for sure. That one's much nicer. We'll go ahead and go down here to this guy. Yeah, this one's much more orange. Orangey. She's cute though. Wow, look at those. Swatch this guy down here. Not bad. We're gonna do another layer. It's very similar to the last one we just did. Yeah, just a bit darker. Okay, very nice. What to do? I feel like I want to stay in the pink nude family just because of my face, and we have such a strong look going on for us already. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, use this one all over the lid, and then maybe build up with a different one in the outer corner kind of vibe. Just clean off a brush real quick. Let's see how they apply. Oh, that's so pretty. That's very pretty. We're gonna build her up just a bit. Oh, I'm glad I kind of did a nude look today. I haven't really done one of these in a while. I've done a lot of colored looks lately. It's kind of nice to just go back to the basics once in a while. Oh, she's so pretty. I'm gonna switch brushes and build up that transition again. Oh, I really dig this look. She's so cute. All right, we'll do the same to the other side. Build up the transition also. You know, I wasn't planning on it, but maybe just a little bit of that first shade that I swatched, just right in the center, might add like a little oomph. If it is like an eyeshadow topper, let's test it. Also, the weather is changing on us. It might storm, so if the lighting has changed, that would be why. It's been very hot and very humid where I live this whole week. We had severe thunderstorms yesterday. Not bad, it adds just a little bit of something. We'll do it to the other side too. I don't know. It felt almost unnecessary what I just did. It's giving Sarah wanted to be editorial, Sarah wanted to be creative, and it didn't turn out. That's okay. Honestly, there could be worse things that have happened on my face. This one's not so bad. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add that transition underneath my eye, just a little bit, give more depth. And then maybe we'll add a darker shade to really tie it all together. Just because I want to try more of the palette, I think we will go ahead and go in with this darker shade right here. It's a shimmery shade on the outer corner. Just because I want to try a little bit more of this palette, you know? Let's see if this gives us a little bit more color to the look. Okay, now it kind of turned it a little bit more warmy, a little bit less pinky. But I'm still digging it. I feel like it's still in the realm of my face makeup, so I'm not mad about it. I'm going to, one more time, build up the outer portion slash under my eyelid. Not under my eyelid. Why am I forgetting the name of this? Lash line. I'm going to build up my lash line too, just a little bit with the same transition shade. Honestly, maybe I should pick a darker shade. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna go in with this one right here. It's under this shimmery shade, the first shimmery shade we used. And just like the tiniest bit. I don't want to build up too much more darkness. Just like build it up on the corner. I feel like I need like another matte to really help tie it all in, you know? Oh yes. This is becoming much more editorial. In my head. On me. Anyway. All that to say, this is what we're aiming for. Okay, this is very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these three for you on my right hand. We're gonna do the highlighter first. Wow, that is so creamy, so smooth, and so pigmented. Also, probably too dark for me to use that as an actual highlighter. So I'm glad I didn't use that as my highlighter. We're gonna go ahead and try the blush. Wow, these face ones are so creamy. Also super pigmented. Wow. Again, I don't think I've tried any Profusion makeup, but I was not prepared for the creaminess of these face products. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. Kind of love. They're all very pigmented Nothing against that, they just are. And they're all very creamy. I am really shook by that, truly. Maybe in the teal video, we'll also try these as like face products. So stay tuned for another makeup look coming out because there's just so much to try with this one product alone that I feel like it deserves a 2-part video. Because I do like how this eye look turned out. I'm very happy with it. Okay, so far, initial impressions, really impressed with it overall. Love the shade range and the overall vibe of this palette. Again, very tropical, very summery. I'm gonna go ahead and wash both my hands and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and do brows and mascara, and since nothing is really new with those, I'm gonna do a time lapse for them. The only semi-new product that I will be using for mascara is the Maybelline Curl Bounce, the Colossal Curl Bounce mascara. I've tried it one time before and I really liked it. All my mascaras are drying out on me / aren't working for me anymore, so I wanted to try some new ones. Again, still using up my Sky High one from Maybelline. But one new one that I tried was L'Oreal's, it was like the lash primer one. I'll insert a photo here. And although I can't 100% confirm that this was the cause of the issue, after I used it 2 days in a row, for both of those days, I had like an eye infection of some sort. And for those who know me really well, I do not handle eye stuff well in the slightest. Anything eye related will make me pass out. Like even watching people put in their contacts and taking them out, like I don't have to be putting them in or taking them out, but just watching someone else do it, I can't do that. Like even if they show it like on a movie or a TV show, like I can't watch that scene, like I have to close my eyes. So long story short, although I can't confirm that that's why I was having an eye infection, since it happened coincidentally on the 2 days that I was trying it, I decided to just throw it away because I wasn't going to risk getting another eye infection if that was the cause. So L'Oreal did me dirty on that one, I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited. I've always wanted to try an eyelash primer and it just didn't work for me. So anyhow, long story short, I'll be using the same products. I have my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer is what I use for my brows, and then my e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara is what I use to set them. And then for mascara, I just quickly curl my lashes and I'll use my Sky High mascara as like the base and then top it off with my little curl bounce that I've been using. So yeah, I'll do a quick time lapse for y'all and then I'll be right back to show you guys the rest of my products. And oh my gosh, not to like toot my own horn or to like admire myself or anything, but I just love how that mascara is working for me, y'all. Like she just does such a great job of making your lashes look and feel so soft and fluffy, and like I feel like they actually curl and they just look so thick and soft and voluminous, and like I don't know, I just think they look really nice. So very happy with this product overall is what I'm getting at. So now we're going to jump into our last new makeup product, which will be lipstick. So I bought 2 new lipsticks from Maybelline. Again, new to me. I don't think they're like new in formula or anything. I just have never tried them. And the reason I bought them is because, again, if you've seen my past videos of makeup that I've done on this channel, I love this lipstick that I got like 4 years ago, and it's from Maybelline, and I bought it when I was in Australia, and she's starting to run low. So I was like, you know what, let's just try and see if the formula compares to here. So the one that I bought in Australia is just called Color Sensational. The shade is 728 Honey Beige, and this is what she looks like. And she's just really creamy, and she's just like a great nude overall for me. And so I wanted to try a couple new shades, mainly because, not that I don't like the lipsticks that I have, but truly I don't like to reach for anything else besides this. Like in almost every look that I do, if the lip is not a feature, this is the lip for me. So I figured let's go ahead and see if I can get any ones that are within my reach of buying in this country. So the 2 shades I picked up, it's in their cream line, because I don't like mattes, but I don't like glosses. I want to be comfortable, but I want the color to stay. It's like a hard combo for me. So we're gonna try the cream ones. I got shade 133 Almond Hustle and shade 275 Crazy for Coffee. Now both of them I don't think are super nude, because I don't like a super nude lip either. I'm a really hard gal to please when it comes to a lip look. So this is 133 Almond Hustle. Also, can we, before I swatch, just admire a fresh tube of lipstick? Look at her, especially in comparison to my very loved and very used lipstick. I just think that's so funny. I don't know if y'all have seen TikToks of like people comparing like lipsticks that they use all the time and like the shape of them. Like, oh my gosh, I love them. Anyway, let's go ahead and swatch this one. Again, this is 133 Almond Hustle. Oof, pressing too hard. I'm sorry, Almond. Looks like that. Very creamy. I pressed way too hard. I'm so sorry. And then this one, oh, look at her, is 275 Crazy for Coffee. I'm gonna press much lighter on this one. Okay, I feel like Crazy for Coffee is just slightly darker than the one that I love to use. Again, we're gonna wear both in this just because I want to try them. Are we? I wanted to, but then like the process of taking off a lip. You know what? For you guys, we will attempt. Will we? I don't have a makeup wipe is the problem. You know what? We're gonna attempt. We're gonna stick to the guns. I wanted to try both in this video, and we're going to go ahead and go in with my handy dandy Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in shade 105 Nude Whisper. A creamier formula for a lip liner because I am not a fan of pencil lip liners, and it's like the only nude lip liner I have. So we're just gonna line her real quick. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. Look at the two bottoms of these lipsticks and tell me which one you would have assumed was going to be darker. Like this one obviously looks really warm, but I thought this was going to be the darker one, when really this is the darker one. Or maybe it's just because I pressed it too hard, I don't know. We're going to go with this one first, just because I feel like the overall ending look that I want to end on is this one. So we're going to go ahead and go with 133 Almond Hustle, which was the first one I swatched. We're just going to go for it. We're going to see if I like the color, if I like the comfortability. Okay. Very creamy. See, I can't take myself seriously with looks like these. What is this one called again? Almond Hustle. It's not bad. I think formula-wise, I feel like so far, at least the way it applied and it feels right now, it feels very comparable to this. Shade-wise, I just don't know, truly. I don't think it's a bad shade on me per se. She's just very warm. I feel like this is a shade I could only pull off in the summer too. And I feel like most summers I am more tan than I am right now, just because this summer is the summer of working girl summer, let me tell you, I've been inside all summer. So I truly can't imagine my winter shade pulling this off too. Like it's gonna be even that more pigmented and stark of a difference I feel on my face. But I don't hate it. I feel like if I was like going out, like this could be a fun look. But I like stress about colors that are too dark and too pigmented and too far away from my normal nude shade, which is why I love this shade, because I know I can talk, I can eat, I can do anything I need to do in this shade. But then when you throw on this guy, like you can definitely see the difference in tone, you know what I mean? And I knew that, but I didn't bring this with me to the store when I bought these, and I wanted to try some new shades, so it's not like I was trying to get an exact dupe, but these were the two closest shades I could get to it. Because I'd rather go more on the brown side than on the pink side when it comes to nudes too. Like, I don't know if you guys feel that. I am not a pink lip gal, period. I don't like a pink lipstick, a pink gloss. On my lips, it's not for me. It's just not. Even if it's a nude pink, like, I'm not even just talking like hot pink or something, like a nude pink, I can't pull it off. So I don't hate it because it is on the more warmy red-brown side. And maybe it would be a good fall shade too. Like, I feel like this is a good end of summer fall shade. My problem is I just can't actually see myself wearing this confidently because it's like this close to being a burnt orange. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like it's a nude brown, but almost on the verge of orange. And I can't do an orange either. I think that's why this is not quite it. I don't hate it, and I might wear it on occasion. This is not my new fave lipstick though. I'm gonna say that right now. Let's go ahead and take down these pins. I'm gonna stop the video, clean this off, and come back and apply the other lipstick. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we like that one more. I don't hate it though. Let me take a couple pictures too, just to confirm and like to compare the two lipsticks for y'all. I'll bear back. Right, y'all, I am back from taking off the lipstick. I took it off as best as I could. I'm gonna reapply some Aquaphor real quick, just a little bit. I don't know how the makeup beauties do it, truly, when they do lip reviews, because wow, my lips are so dry and it hurts so bad from trying to take that off. And not even just like, how do your lips survive, but like, how does the rest of your makeup survive? Like, I did it to the best of my ability so I wouldn't ruin my face makeup. But I mean, if you looked really closely at my skin, you'd see that surrounding skin next to my lips is like wiped away, you know? Sure, they just have to like reapply and stuff. So I'm gonna let that dry for a sec. I will also say that with soap and water, it did not come off. Like, it came off a little bit, but I had to use makeup remover to get it off. So the pigment is definitely in there. While we're also waiting for the lips to set, I wanted to tell y'all that the last product I will be trying is this Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. It is another sample size product that I bought at Ulta that girl convinced us to buy. And the reason I bought this was because the cleansing balm that I do have, I bought off Amazon per recommendation from like YouTube or something. But the one that I have, you can't use on the eyes, so I still have to use micellar water with like a cotton round, you know, to like take it off. And so I asked like 2 different employees like to make sure that like you can use this around the eyes and it won't like bother your eyes and it's safe to use around your eyes. And they all said yes. So we're going to try this for my entire face makeup at the end of the day. So this will be the last new thing that I'm going to try. It's not a makeup product, but I am intrigued to try and see how it will work out. Cause you know, Clinique is also another expensive brand and I am a firm believer in the double cleanse method to, you know, really get your skin clean, especially after makeup. But it would be nice to have one balm that did it all and just use a secondary cleanser for just my face, because since I need 2 different cleansers for makeup, like, I mean, at that point it's like triple or quadrupling cleansing for me. So I don't know, I'm really excited, so stay tuned to see how that one will turn out. All right, now that it's set in just a little bit, I'm gonna try to go in with my lip liner one more time. Same lip liner, we're going to reline my lips. Okay, and now that they're lined, we are going to, this is the one I just tried, was 133 almond whatever. Now we're gonna try 275 crazy for coffee. And we'll see how this goes. Oh, she's darker. Me saving this for last thing, you know, I mean, we'll see. I already like the color a bit more, I think. This is a bit more red, even a bit more true red brown than the last one. I feel like I may be overlined on this one. My bottom lip is feeling much bigger on this one than the last one, especially the corners. They feel a bit overlined. So let's see if I can fix that. Another prime reason as to why I don't wear darker lipsticks is because you have to worry about like the lines and making sure that they look good, you know? I mean, not that I don't feel cute, because I definitely do. I mean, I definitely feel cute, but it is just something to keep in mind, you know? This one is even more of a darker shade. Maybe I was just in the fall mood when I was buying these. I don't know. Like, this is not the nude vibe for sure, but I also remember like the other nudes that were there, they were just so pink, or at least they looked super pink. It's always hard to tell until you try them on, but I do like this. This is much more cool tone, so I do appreciate this. Does it fit the entire vibe that I was going for considering my face makeup and eye makeup? I'd probably argue no. But I am happy we ended on this lip instead of the other one because that one was just too warm, I think. But yeah, what do we think? Do we like it? Do we love? Hey, I think I love it. Considering that I think every single product that we've tried so far, minus the balm that we're about to try later tonight, I think considering that I liked every single product so far, I feel like we consider that a win. Like, I feel like we can consider that a win. But yeah, first initial impressions. I already kind of went into the hydrating primer, but immediately loved. It just, I feel like it really did something to my foundation. And like I stated earlier, like this is not even a good skincare week for me. So like my skin's not the exception for sure. The only new thing that I tried was this. So I am really digging this primer, which I hate that I am a little bit because it's Tarte. But you know, this is a good amount, I think. It's half a fluid ounce. I feel like for primer, that's a pretty good amount. Considering I don't do my makeup that often, I will definitely be using this up though. Love. And again, at the end of the night, before I take off all my makeup, I'll show you guys how my makeup is currently looking and how it's sitting and how well it stayed, so I can give you like a better rounded view on it. But I'm praying that it stays because I really had just such a great first impression from it, so. The second thing I tried, I wanted to do one more round of highlight on it just to like finalize it. Get some on my nose too. I mean, come on. Does that not say enough right there? Me just reapplying that so flawlessly. I mean, come on. This palette, man. I mean, she really blew it out of the park for me. Like, I had a feeling that I was going to like the highlighter because I already have a Becca highlighter. But like, even the two blushes and the bronzer, like, I can really see myself using this regularly. Like, if I did my makeup regularly, like, I could see myself really enjoying it and loving it. Like, I feel like my face turned out so good because of it. So my first initial thoughts on this is definitely yes for me. It's just such a beautiful palette. Definitely a yes. The third new thing I tried was the Profusion Beauty palette, or Beauty Book Eye and Face palette. And I also really loved this, y'all. Like, the eyeshadows are just so pretty, and I just love the story that this palette is conveying. And also, these three down here, even though I didn't use them yet, like, are just so creamy and pigmented. Like, it's not what I expected from this palette. Like, I just really expected them to be all powders, you know? But I don't know, I really dig this, and I'm really excited to dip into it more and to use it regularly. Because like I said, even with like this burgundy shadow over here, like I can just see myself using this for Thanksgiving too. Like I feel like there's a lot that you can do with this palette is the vibe that I'm getting. So again, initial first thoughts, like yes, 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 yes. Love it. Love it. And then the last new thing that we tried so far were the new Maybelline lipsticks. Again, not new, I'm saying new to me, you guys know what I'm saying. And loved both of them. Even the Almond Hustle shade that I tried first, by the way, I'll insert these side-by-side photos now. Even with that shade, I would say I could still see myself wearing, and I feel like I'm happy that I tried them just because I needed to find a comparable formula to the lipstick that I love so much, that hopefully these are comparable enough and I'll just keep buying more shades of these. So for that reason alone, I'm glad that I've tried them. The Almond Hustle shade, I see myself wearing less, but it's still a wearable enough shade for me. I think that I'm happy that I bought it. And then the shade Crazy for Coffee that I have on right now, I'm pretty happy with it. It's honestly not a nude on my skin tone for sure, but I mean, not that I've ever really been that kind of fall gal, but if I wanted to do like a fall look and, you know, go to the apple orchard or go read a book, you know, or something, I don't know. Whatever you want to do in the fall, I don't know. Like, you know, took photos and, you know. I feel like this lip is the lookbook inspiration for a fall gal, you know what I mean? So yeah, first initial thoughts on that one as well. Like, honestly, all the products I've tried so far, all my initial thoughts for it are yes, yes, yes. I want to keep using, I want to keep trying, I want to keep playing with it. So I'm very happy with all of them. That's really it for right now. I have about 10 minutes until my meeting, and then right after my meeting is my FaceTime call with my friend, and then I'll catch up with you guys after that. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, y'all, I am back and checking in. So here is how the makeup is looking. Honestly, considering it's been 4-ish hours, we're doing pretty good. No, it hasn't been 4 hours. How long has it been? Yeah, maybe just about 4 hours. I ended up not having my meeting, so I filmed a bunch of TikToks instead. But I did just get off a call with my Australian friend, and with her permission, I will insert the photo here of us talking. It was very fun. We ended up talking for, I think, over 2 hours, and it was just so nice. We have not caught up in many months, actually. It never feels like time has passed that much in between each of our calls, but once we call, it's like, wow, time really has been flying, huh? So anyhow, that's pretty much the update. Everything is staying pretty well, I will say. Obviously, my lipstick isn't as fresh. I have been drinking water and I ate food, and I've been talking for the past 2 hours, so it's definitely worn down a bit. I think my eyeshadow has dulled a little bit, but I'd say my cheek products and my overall foundation is staying pretty well. So I'm very, very content with the products that I've used today. But anyhow, I figured we might as well go ahead and try the cleanser and get it all off. And then after we get it all cleared off, we will go ahead and rank all the different products that I tried. All right, I will go ahead and do a time lapse in the bathroom. Wanted to wrap this video really quick. Let's go ahead and review all the products, my final thoughts, and what I'd rate them. So the Tarte Hydrating Primer. Really enjoyed this product. I don't know if you could tell throughout the video, but I just felt like it was a continual enjoying of the product. And considering this was the first step technically to the makeup process, as well as the innermost layer. I think that speaks highly of it. Since I was so pleasantly surprised by it, I think I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Next thing up is the Becca palette. I loved this palette. I felt like it lasted really well on me. It's a bit more of a summery type palette, but I feel like all the colors blended really nicely together, so that was really nice. And I feel like I could see myself using this and packing it with me, and it's just so convenient that it's all in one palette, you know? So I think I'm gonna rate this one also 10 out of 10. The next thing we tried was the Profusion Beauty Book. I only tried a couple of the shades and I didn't get to try the highlighter, blush, and bronzer. But from what I tried, I really enjoyed it. And not to be repetitive or boring, but I think I'm gonna give this one also a 10 out of 10. The next thing we tried were these lipsticks by Maybelline. Although I would say the two shades that I picked up aren't the most wearable, I do appreciate the formula and I loved how they lasted on me. And they're very comparable to my favorite lipstick, so I'm very happy with that turnout as well. But just because I can't see them replacing this one as much, I'm going to rate them, let's go with an 8.5 out of 10. Like, it's not a 9, but it's not an 8, you know? But I'm sure over time they'll grow on me too, so. And then the last thing we tried was the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. This one you guys just saw me do in the time lapse before this clip. I liked it for its overall cleanliness of my base. I felt like I did a really good job of cleaning off most of my makeup. I think it also did a good job with the majority of my eye makeup, but when it came to the mascara, I was not impressed. I don't know if I'm just doing it incorrectly, but since the mascara goes on, you know, the underneath layer of your lashes and not like the top part of your lashes, it's not like you can just rub your face. You have to like get into the lashes, you know? And so as I was trying to do that during the time lapse, there was some that definitely got into my eyes, and like I'm already not an eye person, so it was kind of freaking me out. But I was trying to, you know, stay positive and stay hopeful during the process, and so when I went to wash it off and then I finally opened my eyes were like completely clouded. Immediately I knew it's because I had some of the balm in my eyes, so that's why they were getting cloudy. And it didn't irritate my eyes, and it was fairly easy to get out of my eyes, but the fact that either I just did it wrong or like there's maybe just no inevitable way to not have that happen, I just can't see myself using it for my eyes. And it's just too expensive of a balm for me to use just for my face because I already have a perfectly good balm that does my face. So I will use up the rest of this because I was still happy with it, but it did not do what I was hoping it would do. So I think I'm gonna give this one a solid 7 out of 10. But yeah, that is the wrap up on all those products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing it. Again, it was just kind of like on the whim and just on the fly. So I do apologize if my stories and everything I was saying was just all over the place. I just had a lot on my mind today, and it was just like a whole day of like staying inside of my apartment, but also I just had so much on my plate to do. And did we get it all done? No, but I am happy with everything that I was able to accomplish. As always, I hope you guys are having a good day, but if you're not, that's okay too. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!